Wednesday, March 30th, 2022. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. Russia claims it will scale back its violent invasion of areas near the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv, giving the first sign of a possible breakthrough in talks aimed at ending the more than month-long war in Ukraine. Guy Taylor reports Ukrainian and Russian negotiators meeting in Istanbul, Turkey, signaled momentum toward an agreement to freeze or end the war, though U.S. officials remain skeptical. Secretary of State Antony Blinken warned that Russian pledges could be an attempt to deceive people and deflect attention from fresh attempts to seize besieged Ukrainian cities in the south and east. Despite the official caution, U.S. and world stock markets were up again on the suggestion of good news, while the price of oil and other commodities fell. Global commodities have driven a lot of the actions of the support or lack thereof of Ukraine. Bill Gertz analyzes the moves made by one of those countries, India. As the world's largest democracy and a growing ally in U.S. efforts to counter an aggressive China, India is sticking to its so-called non-aligned foreign policy regarding Ukraine. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has refused to condemn the Russian invasion and continues to purchase Russian oil, undercutting U.S. and Western efforts to create a united front of democracies to confront Russia. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement employees have been warned to prepare for the end of the border pandemic emergency policy as soon as this week. Stephen Dinan reports agency employees have been warned that they may need to be deployed to the border so they can help the Border Patrol with an anticipated migrant surge, according to an ICE officer who received the alert. Homeland Security officials confirm they're preparing for migrant flows as high as 18,000 people per day, or more than 500,000 per month. Department officials said the 18,000 a day scenario is the very high contingency. They also have plans for a high 12,000 a day rate, and for the current already elevated rate, which Border Patrol agents say is about 6,000 to 7,000. A reminder that you can find all these stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page. If you don't have access to the Times yet, you can visit WashingtonTimes.com/George for a special subscription offer. FBI employees and informants authorized to break the law in the course of their work also violated the agency's rules dozens of times over nearly 2 years, according to an internal audit obtained by our Ryan Lovelace. The review showed 82 compliance errors in 466 open cases involving otherwise illegal activity for confidential human sources from September of 2016 to July of 2018. Otherwise illegal activity refers to government-approved law-breaking that would be a crime if the federal government didn't authorize it. The FBI told Ryan that errors in the approval and authorization process included failure to upload an appropriate form to a file and failure to explain what laws were broken. The FBI and Attorney General's rules allow FBI officials and informants to disregard the law in undercover work, but prevent certain conduct, such as violence, as well as illegal wiretaps and searches. And finally, Senators Chuck Grassley and Ron Johnson claim to have bank transfer records that show a $1 million payment to Hunter Biden's company from a Chinese company that was embroiled in a money laundering investigation. Kerry Pickett reports the bank records traced the money from CEFC China Energy to Hunter Biden's company Hudson West 3 in November 2017, and then to Biden's Oswasco law firm in March of 2018. The younger Biden hasn't been charged with a crime related to the transactions, and the Justice Department hasn't indicated he's under investigation related to the Chinese energy company. Find all of today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or the Washington Times app, and find us on any major podcast platform. Just search Washington Times in your favorite podcast app. You can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.